Okay. So after our Netherlands run yesterday, I asked my chat what on Twitch. If you watch this on YouTube, I also stream on Twitch. You can find the contact information below or above somewhere on the screen. At any rate, I asked them what would be the most interesting games to watch or that they'd like to see, and based on achievements I don't have, since I like to go for achievement runs, I suggested Bohemia, since I don't have the Bohemians Achievement. I suggested Norway, since I don't have the Norwegian Wood Achievement. And I suggested a Japanese country. Shimazu was brought up as the country. Because I don't have a lot of the Japan achievements yet. I have a lot of them, but I don't have a lot of the newer ones that came with Mandate of Heaven. I played here some, but nothing major. And when I was still kind of figuring out the DLC and whatnot. So after thinking about it overnight, I thought what would be most interesting for YouTube and for the patch we're on and everything like that would be to play a Bohemia game. Because they have new events, some new things, some changes to the area that we really haven't seen shown off yet. And I haven't seen them, so they'd be new to me. And I've never played a Bohemia game before. I haven't played in the HRE in a very long time. I think the last true HRE game I played was over a year ago. I think it might have been like a Berlin game when I was bored, like a Brandenburg game when I was bored. I remember I did an Italy game, but I don't think I was in the Empire then. It's hard to remember. It was a long time ago, nonetheless. So I thought, we'll do a Bohemia game. So that's what we're going to do. The goal of the game will be to get the achievement, the Bohemians, and that requires owning Pale as Bohemia. Now, I may play the game beyond that achievement. That achievement does not seem super hard to get. That would obviously require getting some coast, and then going from the coast and getting to England. So there are some necessary expansion that would be required. Also, if the game is fun, I'd probably play it beyond that, and who knows what other things we could do. I don't know if I would stay Bohemia beyond it. We have other tags we could form, other tags we could form, other tags we could form, even other tags we could form, right? So there are lots of formable countries in the area that we could do, right? And so even the best formable country in Europe. So that is an option. I don't know what we do it for, but at any rate, let's get this started. So we're going to be doing Bohemia on Iron Man, of course. This will be on normal. I was playing with some of the starts, just looking at it here. I need a funny name for this, but I don't have one. Well, obviously we have now. So I think I just discovered what my YouTube thumbnail will be. This will obviously be Bohemian Rhapsody. Why didn't I put that in my Twitch title? That would have been a way better Twitch title that I think I'm going to change as soon as this loads. So we're going to do that in just a second. But it's going to load in here. Then we'll go over some of the strengths of Bohemia. All right. So we'll go over the ideas first. Bohemian ideas: advisor cost -10, imperial authority growth 10%, and the final tradition land leader fire +1. That is excellent. The other ones are I would say. Saves you a little money on advisors. That's good. Not great, but good. Imperial authority, going for emperor, it helps, it's nice, but I wouldn't say it's necessarily required. Tolerance of heretics, that's very nice. For what we want to do, this will be useful. Legitimacy is good. Infantry combat ability, great. Well, it's only 5% though, so not amazing. But shock damage received is pretty good. So that will help us against fighting certain countries that rely on shock a little bit more. And in the early game, that'll be nice. National unrest is excellent, especially when compared to this. Or paired with this, I should say. Technology cost, that's very good, especially if we're having trouble getting some institutions. That'll be nice. Stability cost modifier, whatever, and hostile core creation cost on us, which is, of course, the greatest idea in the game, obviously. So, what's special about Bohemia at the start? Now, not too long ago, they added a gold province here, so that is excellent. We will have a very nice economy. It will be very, very high on inflation. That's okay. We'll be dealing with that. We also have a vassal. They've added new provinces too. It's a pretty strong vassal, so there are some advantages to this. If you saw my Burgundy game, you saw what we can do with vassals at the start, how we can take advantage of their generals, all that stuff. So this is okay. This is good. Will kind of give us a higher force limit at start than we would normally have. We are very strong. From what I usually start with, we are very strong. So that shouldn't be a problem. The other unique thing about Bohemia is they started interregnum, which means they don't really have a king, right? So if we get a royal marriage with somebody, whoever we get a royal marriage with, we are most likely going to get that dynasty, which allows Bohemia to play the PU game in a very, I don't know quite what the word is. They have a little bit of an advantage with the PU game early in getting someone's dynasty. They can control whose dynasty they get. Now, some people like to go for a Brandenburg dynasty early. There's that. That is something you can do. They might have low prestige. You might get beat up. Easy to beat. So that's an easy PU. However, if you go for the Habsburg dynasty early, you have a chance to get an event. There are some events that happen. Not only could you maybe get a claim on Austria at some point, but Hungary is likely going to get a Habsburg on the throne. You will have a chance to claim the Hungarian throne. A PU over Hungary, super, awesome. It's going to be luck whether we get it or not, but that's what we're going to try to do. So we will be royal marrying the Habsburgs day one. For our expansion routes, we want to look outside of the HRE at first. Poland, Hungary, Teutonic Order, all good targets. Brandenburg is an elector. We want to get to the coast. Brandenburg is the direct way through the coast. That may be something we want to do at some point. Even if it's just snagging up one province off of them so that we can get into Teutonic and Pomerania like that. However, Polish and Hungarian land is primed for expansion, getting out into Eastern Europe, into the Baltic, into Denmark, into England. Those are all mid to late game goals for us. So, haven't really looked at opening moves yet. Let's see who would ally us off the bat. I don't necessarily feel a need to go for the Emperor early. I don't want to be swatting people down if I don't have to. Austria will do a good job at that. However, one thing we do want to try for is the Burgundian inheritance. Now, this may be a little challenging, but I think it's worth it. So we will take a stab at that. And as far as other allies go, Denmark has rivaled us. The Ottomans are possible. And France is always on the table. Let's just look around at the biggies. I don't mind Saxony at first. Bavaria either, but we're going to get drawn into stupid wars with them, and I'd rather not get drawn into stupid wars with them. I'd rather look for people who want to beat up Poland with me. Or Hungary, as it were. But we'll play it by ear. Let's start improving relations with Silesia. I do want them integrated a little bit sooner than most. Thank you, Thief. I know I have my blink screen off today, so that's good. So we are going to see what we can do with our merchants. If you put your merchant here, it'll be 10% more. Now we don't really control much in these nodes. So here, we'll transfer from here, I suppose. We have two merchants named exactly the same. That won't be annoying at all. Let's get our speed turned up a little bit. Now let's start letting some things unfold. We're going to have to pick rivals at some point, and we will, but not just yet. I want to get my force limit up. And just like that, we have a Habsburg on the throne. That is exactly what we want. And a pretty good one, too. 256. Now that's annoying, but needs must, right? Now, they have not gotten one yet, but they will get an event that just might make them do that. I'm unsure if I wanted to get the alliance with Austria, but might want to attack them at some point. Now, we do want to rival Hungary. We do want to rival Poland. As for the next one, I don't necessarily want to eat the electors early. I'd rather focus on outside of HRE lands first, I think. And I want to keep it open to attack Austria if I need to. Because I have no qualms about eliminating Austria. Bavaria. We could. Bavaria is really close to the gold, and I am interested in the gold. Bavarian elector, I never remember. They're not an elector. Yeah, I'm fine with you doing Bavaria. That is fine. And we will rival Bavaria, because I wouldn't mind being able to get claims on Tyrol. Gold is great. Gold will fund our empire, and this will get us into Venice, possibly. So there is that. Become Emperor. Solidify our papal relations. Now, we will do this one first. Little papal influence never hurt anybody. However, I doubt I will be staying Catholic. I think if we're playing Prussia with the new events on the new patch, then we should explore the Hussite events, and we should see how that stuff goes. So, Poland did not go the local noble, unfortunately, so they will not be free lunch. They will be a slightly more pricey lunch, but that's okay. Allied with Austria, that's a bit of a bummer. We will ally Brandenburg. I'm fine with that. I may ally Saxony as well. We want to pick on people that are... There's the Kingdom of Italy event. We will take the royal marriages from Silesia and Brandenburg now, because we have a Habsburg on the throne, which is exactly what we want. Brandenburg has a disputed succession. Austria has a disputed succession. No legal heir. And we need more prestige. We will have to get more prestige, but that is something we can do. I kind of want to save my last... for this. I would like it if they broke alliance with Brittany, but hopefully they annex Nevers soon, break their alliance with Brittany soon. I would like to try to get the Burgundian inheritance to fire for us, or at least have a chance for it. Also, Burgundy would not make a bad ally. We're just going to sit here a little bit. We can't get claims on Poland yet. We will be able to get claims on Bavaria, and they will be a good first target. Especially getting to Regensburg would be excellent, but we are going to have to deal with some things to do that. What I really want to do is get into Hungary. We would love this gold province. However, they are allied with Austria, so we're going to have to wait for that. I'm confident I could beat down Hungary, even with that wonderful general they get early. However, there's no need to be hasty in an HRE game. Burgundy is a mixed bag when you ally them, because they are going to get beat up by France. Like, that is just going to happen. Alright, this is our first Hussite event. Let's see what it's about. The Hussite Wars technically ended in 1434, but the country was still divided between those faithful to Rome and those still loyal to Hussite ideals. The leader of the Hussite party was, I cannot pronounce that, Podebrat. And after various attempts of reconciliation, he decided upon a military solution. He raised an armed force in northeastern Bohemia and seized Prague with little resistance. Civil war broke out, though, as those faithful to Rome fought him, but eventually the Hussites won. What shall we do? Well, so much for our Habsburg rule, because this looks a little bit awesome. A 5-5-3 is amazing. Strong claim, that's fine. We are going to increase Catholicism gains, so that will drive us towards Protestant faster. Infantry combat ability, until the death of our king, 10%, that's pretty nice. Tolerance to the true faith, diplomatic reputation hurts a bit. Yearly papal influence, definitely we will not be playing the Pope game if we do this. And more aggressive expansion, which will be challenging in the HRE. Loyal to Rome means we fight a bunch of rebels and improve the Pope's opinion of us. Well, obviously, I've done a lot of research about Bohemia beforehand, so I knew exactly what this event would be like. And all that stuff I said about a Habsburg dynasty and stuff still applies. However, I think if we're going to play Bohemia, I think we play it this way. Which means we'll be giving up our dynasty over Hungary, but I mean PUs are just a crutch, right? Who likes those? Free land. That's ridiculous. The only land worth having is land that you have conquered and bled for and cored yourself. That's what I say. So we're going to take this and make absolutely everybody on the planet mad at us. Just everybody. But that's fine. And the Pope can condemn us. I stand with my people. And we have a 5-5-3. Alright. So, who's a zealot? Alright, excellent. And we are King Elector, so that's great. Exactly. Mass genocide or bust, yes. So we don't need to worry about the stupid Pope thing anymore. The Burgundian thing is still on the table. We'll keep working with that. And what does Brandenburg think of me now? I mean, they're still okay with me, right? They're like, oh, yeah, they're whatever. Let's keep them a little happy. Oh, okay, sure. Why not? Why not? What can we do with our gold? Anything interesting? Nope. Well, what we could do is not pay for our forts, since we are just spectating for a couple minutes. And we can drop down our maintenance. We have no chance of rebels, so that's fine. And we can definitely cancel the mission. You're absolutely right. Okay, so we are a Hussite. That means we will be going for Protestantism, and we will most likely get a... Ooh. Gain us two... Well, let's do one of these at a time. We will take... Well, I'm not giving a base tat. Nobility can sit on it. And a level 2 statement, diplomatic reputation. I kind of want the prestige, honestly. So, I can't afford her anyway. We can do this, though. And... we can also do this. We'll take the mill. We will seek support of our clergy. We will send an emissary to the Pope. That's a good joke. We can take this button, and then we can get 150 admin, make a generous donation to him. They'll be a little less ticked off. And we can hit this button and ask for a contribution, get that money back. Alright, good. Now, I want to get my stability back up to 1. Well, it wasn't actually at 1, but whatever. The nobility... Let's see what land our nobility controls. I don't like that they have these 2 provinces, even though they have the manpower. I'd rather them have this province with the fort. Well, we'll have to fix that in a second. I'd rather them have this one. And the clergy can actually take this one. No, that's actually one for the clergy to have. Nonetheless, we will turn our army on for a little bit and kill those rebels. Not a very good general, but whatever. Ah, new cardinal. That's great. Hello, Know That Gaming. Let's go and kill this dude before he actually sieges our fort down. Hopefully he doesn't kill all of our troops. Alright, good. And I have to give one more piece of land back to the clergy. Yeah, that one's fine to give to them. I'd rather the nobility, when they're happy, at least give a bonus to forts. So that's what you'd want to do there. I mean, that would be a little problem for most people, but that's not going to be a huge problem for us. We will take steps to fix it before we get to that. We'll probably conquer some land before then, so that's fine. Improve relations with Austria. That is something we could do. We probably still want decent relations with Austria. Now the nice thing about having a 5-5-3 is we are going to roll in points for a little bit. Now, I want to pull in these guys as soon as we can. I want to attack Bavaria with their very weak allies, and I want to attack Hungary with their not-so-weak allies. So the first thing we're going to do is get a claim on Bavaria. They are the weakest target we're currently capable of getting claims on. I'd like to make sure that, especially since we are going to have... Nothing is ever easy. We don't need missionary strength currently, and the clergy already hate our guts, so... Well, they don't even hate our guts that much. So that's fine. We're gonna get anyway, we're gonna get a claim on Bavaria. France is going to war with England, and it is English-French unification war. That will obviously go in France's favor, because England is just about the worst AI-controlled country in the game. Right up there with Poland, I would say. Now, let's take a look at our troops. I would like having 4 cav early. I think 4 cav is a very good number early. From there, we can just fill it in with infantry. We're also rolling in ducats. I don't know why we couldn't have an advisor and take advantage of some of these things. Now, I would really like the morale guy. These are not that useful. We are going to roll the dice for some useful people. I would rather have the diplomat here. Stability cost would have been good to buy, but we'll take the prestige guy a bit ago. I honestly should have looked at these advisors right from the start. We could have taken advantage of the stability and saved some admin, so... Take the discipline guy, I suppose. And trade efficiency will kind of pay for itself a little bit. Our trade income is 2 ducats, so 10% on that is not bad. Alright. That is true. They would not have been terrible. Early on, that would have been... Early on, the force limit stuff, that could make more of a difference. That's totally true. So we have a claim on Bavaria. He's allied with Württemberg and Nuremberg. Now Württemberg's right here. Probably has at least 6k. Since this is on normal difficulty, he probably has closer to 9. Bavaria is probably around us, so we may be a little outnumbered here if we were to fight them straight up. But we do have an opportunity to get some gold out of these people, so that is always good. We also have our troops right here. Now, we are not going to be fighting them necessarily. They're going to be going in with a bit of... Oh, okay. Wow. Guess we're losing prestige. Oh, yeah, we can actually lose the prestige. They'll be happy again shortly. Oh, dear. A 5-3-5? I mean, I kind of deal with a weak claim, if I'm being totally honest. For a 5-3-5, I'm not exactly feeling too bad about that. They have to spend some mill to make that up in difference, but now we have a tech advantage over Bavaria. We have a claim on Bavaria, which, right, is always nice. We will take that. Okay, we have this. Now, unfortunately, we did not grant a general. We should have. But we'll just have to deal with this. I don't think I managed my estates very well at the beginning, but that's okay. Now we have a nice stack of cash. The other thing we want to do first, make sure these guys are supportive. We want our AI set to supportive so that when we do this, they stack with us. Who broke alliance with me? Oh, I don't have a royal marriage with them anymore. That's right. Yeah. Let me just... Before I start a war, let me look at who might ally me. And who hates Bavaria? The Palatinate hates Bavaria. That might be a useful alliance. Don't mind the royal marriage either. So Palatinate, what do you think about this? See, then that is a little bit better. And I still want to hold that one for hold that one for now. When is this 55, 4 years. Clergy, nobility, capital. What do we think that did to our... No, I could have turned an edict on for that, but there we go. Alright. A little extra gold there will help us. We will offer him land and we will give Palatinate nothing. They deserve nothing. We will not be giving them anything. They are our meat shield in this. And that is all. Let's go. There's no reason to wait. We want definitely this province at least.